Okay.
Well, I think all we have to do is go over the Excel thing for this case, don't we?
Oh man, yeah.
I did most of the work, so you guys should be happy.
We'll do all the talking. Well, I just wanted, I looked at it and everything, but I didn't understand a little part of it. Just like, so right there where you see where you put 1B, just 1B where the angel investor pays like the 50 cents a share for 50,000 shares. And you made it like 50% of the ownership. I just don't understand. How come the shares, like if there's only a million shares, how do you get like, or 100,000 shares? Sorry. Then how do you get 125 shares out of it? Like I didn't understand the total.
So she had 100,000 when she.
Yeah, when she started.
Yeah, so that's just her giving herself shares.
Oh, she's just making up. So she just when you. I guess my question becomes
made up of that. Like she could have said, "I have 1,000,000 shares." It wouldn't matter.
Okay, I see. But the more shares you have, the less value the share has, right? Because there's so many being divided out.
Well, yeah, I mean, so if it's 1,000,000 shares, then her shares, then they get like their share valued at 2 cents,
I got it. All right. So
I mean, she just kind of pulls a number out and says, "Okay, you know what? I started this company. I'm going to give myself 100,000 shares, and then when I start getting investors, I'm going to start giving them shares, and then that way you can kind of see how much of the company you still own. Because if you give someone 200,000 shares, well, they've got twice as much say almost as you do in the company now."
I see. But is there do you go into it? Does she go into it with a limit in mind? Like there's 500,000 of them available, or is it not work like that?
Uh-oh, we lost Brian.
Oh, did we lose Brian? So
He's having problems.
so did you kind of hear my question or no?
Hold on.
It's okay. I don't hear anybody. Everybody froze on me.
Everybody froze on me. Are you guys back?
Oh,
There you go, Brian. You're back. Okay. We lost you for a second. Somebody has a bad connection.
Patrick's going upstairs.
Patrick's going upstairs.
This one's going to be a fun one tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, Chris, we can't hear you. Can you hear us? Shake your head yes or no. Yes.
We appreciate your input.
Chris is silent. I'm Chinatown. Brian's in the dark. Freaky eye guy.
All right, let me try to communicate with Patrick through sign language.
Is that better? I can't see anything, but
it's okay. We're not dressed all good today, anyways.
Now we lost Patrick.
Patrick's running upstairs.
All right, Chris, here's my question. Check it out. You're gonna nod like this. So if somebody has 100,000 shares, okay, and then they sell or whatever, price them out at 50 cents a share, they want 25,000 shares. Shouldn't there be a cap to the number of shares a company has? Because the more shares that are involved in here, the less value everybody's shares then become. Like if I go and sell 1 million shares on another to somebody else for 25 cents a share, then doesn't that like throw off everybody, even though the guy who bought 25,000 shares paid more money? It's hard to answer that, huh, with a nod.
That was intelligent, Chris.
Yeah, good job, Chris. No, I was just actually the question was for everybody, but I guess there's a.
Did we lose Brian again?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
you can hear
I
me.
took my glasses off, so you can't see me at all now.
I can see your head
I just
shining.
well, that's because I'm bald, so you'll get a little bit of that reflection.
I don't have an intelligent answer for you, Mario.
You
So
don't?
Mario, on the shares,
Yeah. All right, go for
you
it.
can add as many shares as you want, and yes, it will dilute the business and the cost per share.
Okay.
But it's up to the board of directors or the owner, if there is no board of directors, on how many shares they want to have out there for the company.
But wouldn't that like, let's say you were in the middle of a negotiation, right? You were in the middle of making a deal, and in this case, collecting money from people. Like, people are gonna want to know where your cap is, like where you're gonna draw the line, because if you don't have a place to draw the line, then you might make my shares worth nothing at the end of the fundraising.
Shares won't ever be any. Well, the only time shares go to nothing is if the company's not worth anything and they have to liquidate out. The shares are always going to have some kind of value if the company's making any kind of profit.
I see.
Well, isn't it if they buy out the first year that a certain amount, and then the second year and third year it decreases with how much they get if they were to buy out? Or am I thinking of the other case?
I think you're thinking the other case. They're
I
talking
got
about,
both mixed up.
yeah, you're talking about the other case with them buying out for $2 million and the 3 investors got their money back plus something.
Yeah. Okay.
And I get
Uh-oh.
what do you?
Brian, did you change some things on my Excel? Or
I think, I don't know. I don't remember what yours all was. I put in formulas for everything, so it's easier to switch up and change things. And I cleaned it up, just made it a little easier to read. But I think you had correct answers in everything. I'll charge probably okay for an hour, a couple hours.
Well, you said you did formulas, but on which ones?
Well, if you look at the
Okay.
the percent of ownership,
You just did like
formula.
adding. You just did adding and.
Yeah, just putting in formula. So if you change the number of shares or the price per share in any of the columns, it'll automatically.
Yeah, but if you put $2,000 as an investment in, then it doesn't change it.
On which one? The first one doesn't really have any formulas. That was all just straight across.
If you do it so that C equals, dividing by D3, if you changed it, say your total is 5,000 instead.
On line 10?
No one's on D3 and C3.
Now, D3 and C3, yeah, I guess I could put number of shares equals D3 divided by C3 in that one. I did not get that one changed. And then total would be.
These look the exact same as the ones I had.
Okay. So you got the same answers?
Yeah, and I also anchored the ownership too, like you did.
I meant to, but some couple of them are anchored, but most of them aren't. It was just anchoring. It doesn't really do much other than add an extra step, or if you add an extra line in one of those, it would help to drag it down. So everybody's agreed on the.
What did you thought was the best choice?
I think for Lexi, really the best choice is number 4. Because she gets to retain more ownership of the company.
Yeah, but aren't you worried about someone else having a bigger company at that point? They have 120,000 shares.
Well, yeah, they do. You're right. They do have more than 50%, or at 50%.
I mean,
Good point.
they're not quite at 50, but they're pretty close. I mean, at that point, then, looking at like venture capitalism, I mean, what we want to vote you and put someone else in here, and that's what I'm worried about with that on both of those choices.
Well, yeah, I mean, you make a really good point on that. I didn't even think about the 50% mark.
I mean, if you really, I mean, realistically, if we had companies, we put like a lot of work into them, and then all of a sudden you let someone else into your company because they have money, and you give them more than a 50% or at least a 50%. I don't know if you'd really want to do that, but
Yeah.
because then you're your main partner, and then they can also, say we own more of the company than you do, like the way we're doing it this way. So that's my only hesitation.
Here's what I would look at with it. I think I still kind of lean towards 4, like you said, because spreading it out, they don't have quite a 50% margin. And so either one of those.
That up, I think.
What's that?
I think that's rounded up. It should be like
49.54.
Right.
And so looking at that, either one of those, the angel investor actually has the swing votes. Because it doesn't matter. There's enough for them. Well, is there? Yeah. There's enough from them that whatever they ended up voting would happen if there was a disagreement between Lexi and Potato Rock.
Right.
So, I mean.
And that would be what you have the choices, really.
Because of that, yeah, and I agree. If Potato Rock was at 50% or more, I would say that the other one would be better. But because it's, it doesn't really matter either way. Lexi gets a bigger percent of the ownership in question number 4. But you did bring up, I do agree 100% with what you said with the 50% though, if it was.
Maybe one thing you want to put in your answer, that's the thing I've been thinking about with this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That was huge.
You have to do a write-up on this too, just to make the table, do you think?
What?
Yeah, we still have to put the there's like 2 or 3 questions at the very bottom. Plus, there's he wants you to kind of evaluate a little bit more of the case, like what we were just talking about. Why, and there'll be a little bit of a write-up, but I don't think it's going to be as intensive as the other write-ups.
So you're gonna eliminate some of the stuff. Like, where are we gonna? We're supposed to have questions and all of that stuff. They're supposed to just read the intro, just read the end. There doesn't seem to be like the same. Did you see a different type of write-up, or you're just saying shortening it up?
This is the whole case right here. It's like 2 pages.
Yeah, this is the whole case. I mean, basically, there's 4, 5, 6 questions on the back. The first 4 questions is the spreadsheet that you guys saw, and then you're going to answer 5 and 6 with what you think's good. So your write-up's going to be pretty small, but he does still expect one. If you watch the intro video, he did say he still wants a write-up.
He's still what?
He still wants to write up, but he wants the intro, like an intro and all of that stuff. Yeah, I think so.
I don't ever put an intro in mine.
Take a position, all of that stuff.
Well, the intro is just a summary.
Yeah, just a summary.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I do on my summary, basically I just go through and just talk about the case and what kind of where they're at.
Gosh, is it due tomorrow in the morning, like at 7 a.m.?
Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday at 7
Thursday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I messed up last week, so. He did take it, by the
Pretty
way,
good so far.
over email.
Chris
So,
is just-
you want to start at the beginning and have me take notes again and send it, or do we just want to start at number 3?
well, you talking about the? Are you talking about the questions that are on the case, or are there other questions?
Well, just the 6 questions.
Yeah, I mean we can start from and go top to bottom. That's fine.
Here,
Um,
I'll hold on a sec. I gotta take off my China girl. Ugh.
I'm sorry, guys. My glasses are going back on. You're gonna see the cyborg again.
We're good. I'm at the point where I'm just looking at the spreadsheet. I can't even see you guys.
You're always outside. It's not fair.
And it's always 72 degrees out here.
Ugh. Okay, so
Oh,
I'm not gonna look at the table. You guys just tell me. So number 1 was create a capitalization table for Homeplate. We already did that. 1B, create a capitalization table for Homeplate, assuming that the angel investor invests 50,000 at 50 cents per share. How many shares would the angel purchase?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to type them in here so we have them for our notes. So, how many shares would the angel
okay, cool.
purchase? How many shares would the angel purchase under this proposal? You guys,
100,000.
100,000.
100,000.
Okay. What share of the
Hey, if you
equity
share your
would
screen,
left?
then we can see it. And then we'll
It'd
know.
be a 50-50 split.
So 50-50 split. What share would the angel own?
Angel would have 50% too.
2%. Okay, number 2, create a table for Homeplate, assuming that the angel investor invests 50,000 at $2 per share. How many shares would the angel purchase under this proposal?
50,000.
Wait, you talking about number 2? It's 25,000.
25,000.
25,000. Because you're trying to get the $1,000 total.
What share of the equity would Lexi own? Is it
80%.
What share would the angel own? 20?
Yep.
Number 3, assuming Lexi and the angel agreed on $1 per share in the speed round, what share of the company would she own after Series A? Assuming she raises 300,000 at $2.50 per share.
Let's see, number 3. We're on number 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the angel would have 50,000 shares and own 18.52% of the company.
Okay, hold on one sec. Angel owns 50,000 shares
Yep.
Mm.
and owns
18.52% of the ownership.
2. Okay. What share of the company would the angel own? Angel, so was that the which?
18.52 is what the angel would own.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Okay.
I like this. This case is nice.
Yeah, this one wasn't too bad.
Potato Rock.
Potato Rock would own 120,000 shares.
About 44.4%.
Yep. And then Lexi's percent would be 37.04.
Did it
the
ask
same.
for her?
I don't know, but I mean, it didn't, but I guess
Can you tell me hers again, please?
37.04.
0.04. Okay, so number 4 is create a capitalization table for Lexi's venture after raising her Series A funding using the following assumptions. A, Lexi chooses 50,000 convertible debt instead of equity for the angel round of financing. Basically, I think we just skipped number 5. How does the convertible debt affect Lexi's ownership share of her firm?
Number 4 is different than number 3. Oh, it doesn't ask for any of that information.
Yeah, it's just what we already have in the table. So number 5 would be, how does the convertible debt affect Lexi's ownership share of her firm?
It actually gives her a little bit more percentage of her firm. And the angel share is less.
Did you guys watch that video about this debt?
The convertible?
Yeah, it was a good video.
Yeah.
For a dummy like me, I was like, whoa, that's great.
How is the angel share affected? The angel share less?
Yeah, the angel gets less, about half of what they would have gotten the other way.
Okay. Hold on.
Is it 100,000 share? Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. The venture capital firm.
With the convertible, they get more of a share of ownership.
Okay. What option should Lexi choose for the seed round based on your analysis? So Ryan's saying 4 because it retains more ownership. But then Patrick's saying not such a good idea because the others have more. Angel investors have more swing votes.
No, it's because Potato Rock would have too much of a share. Is why Patrick likes the other. But my reasoning to stay with 4 even at that, because Potato Rock still doesn't have more than 50% share. So, either one, Angel's going to have a little bit more. They're going to have the swing vote on which way anything goes with the company.
I mean, real a lot of information either, because we don't really know how much money she really, it doesn't say. So if she only needs, another $50,000, then investment number 2 is the best option because she gets 80% of the company and she only has 20% given out to angel investors. So it's hard to say.
It's asking for the second round. That question number 2 is just the first round with the seed money. So 3 and 4 is where the second round comes in. So it's just asking to compare those two. But yeah, I mean, the option 2 is her best bet overall.
Right.
But you can also, you don't know how the contract was written up. You could have Lexi as first right of refusal if Angel decides to sell any of the shares. You could argue that you could regain that 50% back if Angel decides to step aside. So
yeah, you talk about trying to buy out the Angel shares once you get bigger.
Yeah, you get first right of refusal and you're good to go. That's how I'm gonna write it.
That's thinking outside the box. That's good.
Okay, well, that's basically all the questions. So I think we can be done, can't we?
We sure can.
I think so.
So you guys want to do the other one tomorrow, or what?
What about Thursday?
I'm
Thursday's
fine
cool.
whenever.
Yeah, Thursday would work
I
for
have
me
another-
too.
I have another class meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, me too. Thursday works good. Why don't we try to do same time Thursday?
7:30 Pacific time. Okay.
Or we could text each other 100 times and come up with a June time.
Well, then we get Patrick's funny little text things. So I think we should
You're right.
So how are we gonna rate Chris on this one?
0.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
At least you can hear it. A 1.
No. That sucks. We're funny. This is a tough.
You showed up and put up with us. I'll give you 3.
You guys are funny, man.
He hasn't
Alright,
moved.
well, I'll
to
eat another half of my cinnamon roll.
Oh, we're getting a text from him.
All I
Shut
need
up,
is a pity
guys.
1.
All I need is
We had one time I had a group that had a girl that she wasn't doing like anything, and so for sure people were like rating her down. It was that international business one, and it didn't even matter, man. The teacher never kicked her out of the group. We literally gave her 0s to 1s every single time, and she passed the class, man. So you have hope, Chris.
Well, he said that part's not like hardly any of our grade.
Yeah, no, this girl was horrible, man, horrible. All right, guys. Well, I think you can turn off the live.
What Patrick's got to do is cinnamon rolls.
Patrick's got to finish his cinnamon roll.
Oh, are we supposed to do summaries? I don't think we did one last week for the timestamp.
We didn't. What I do is I just go in and take like the last 5 minutes and say that's our summary.
Okay.
I don't know how much he really looks at that.
I don't think he looks at them at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I mean, every grade
he
once
doesn't
in a while he
grade.
may grab
He doesn't
one.
grade paper, so
We're such an awesome group, though. I mean, if he watched any of them, he saw that we were all on point, and now he just goes, "All right, they're good. I don't need to see any more of theirs."
Yeah, man. All you gotta know is that your stuff is so perfect that it's perfect.
I like his little thing in the class.
Sensation. YouTube sensation. All right, guys.
Hey, I got my new computer coming Thursday, so maybe I'll have it hooked up and you guys can see me.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
much better.
All right, see you, Darth
Oh,
Vader.
please bless us. Later.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye, Angelique.